This is the Steelhouse Special on Planet Rock. This year was the first time up the mountain for a couple of artists, Wolfmother and Lita Ford, who both had their inaugural stints this year. And Paul Anthony had the great good fortune to spend a few minutes with Lita.
Joined by the absolute legend now here at Steelhouse Festival, the lovely Lita Ford. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm great. I'm doing great.
I met you for the first time, I think back in 1988, a long, long time ago. And that Lita album, it was hit after hit after hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great record. Really great record. Yeah. I mean, lots of good stuff. We had Kiss Me Deadly on there, which went top 10. And we had the duet with Ozzy, Close My Eyes Forever, which we're going to play tonight in memory of Mr. Osborne.
Sad times. I mean, obviously you were playing KK Steel Mill, I think, around the time that the news came through. And again, you did a tribute on stage there. I mean, it hit everybody hard, didn't it? I mean, everybody in the world of rock. Ozzy was just the legend. And we all had something, either growing up with Ozzy or the Sabbath years or whatever. Yes. And you obviously doing that duet. It was an incredible song that you both did together.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, we knew he was ill. Everyone knew he was ill, but I think we weren't ready to lose him yet. And when we did, it was like, oh, is he really gone? But his music will live on, and great rock stars never die. So he's got a lot of legacy left behind, a lot of music left behind, and that's what we have to hang on to, is the music.
The music lives on no matter what. If you've got a good song, that is it. If you haven't got a good song, you're nothing. But the songs are what it's all about. Been quite a few hiatuses, I think that is the word to use, as far as your career is concerned. You've had time off, you come back. More recently, you've done stuff with Ricky Warrior, that great song that, again, we playlisted. Must have been fun doing that.
Yeah, that was a really great song that just took on a life of its own. You know, he invited me to sing the song, and, I didn't know. I hadn't really sunk my teeth into the song until we got into the studio, and the song just came to life. And so Ricky says, Lita, we need to do a video for it. And I thought, yeah, I mean, the song is very commercial. I think it would be really great for the fans to do a video, and we have to. So we recorded the video in Phoenix, Arizona at 127 degrees in a boxing ring with no air conditioning. I came out of that boxing ring and looked at the thermostat in my truck, and it was 127 degrees.
Wow. Now, it's been almost 10 years since your last studio album. What's next? Now you're back, and back in a big way. You're doing these shows. Yeah. You're back on the scene. When can we expect to see new material from Lita Ford?
Well, the material's written and recorded. We just need to find it the proper home, and we're in the process of doing that. So it should be released soon, hopefully 2025.
Sounds good to me. Well, it's always a pleasure catching up. I know it's been a while, but it's great to see you again after all this time. Long may your success continue, and looking forward to seeing you on that stage here at Steelhouse very soon.
Thank you so much, you guys. Rock and roll.
We'll hear from Those Damn Crows and Blaze Bayley in a bit, but first, I had the chance to chat with Ginger from the Wild Hearts and asked him about the newest incarnation of the band and how it came together.
It was purely organic. The last band fell apart like it tended to do every year after it reformed.
Right.
And I was just tired of it falling apart all the time. And I was like, it's not my choice to not do this. We've made so many fans, and it's such a community now. It's not my choice to not do it. So I figured, well, I'm going to do it. Who am I going to get in? John Poole is just, anyone who knows the Wild Hearts and knows me knows John Poole's been in my life the whole time. And that was a no-brainer. Ben Marsden on guitar seems to have been genetically designed to be in this band. Carol Hodge is a very spiritual, close friend of ours. She just happened to be around. We wanted someone to press buttons and do a little bit of back and vocals. She's massively overqualified for the job, but she wanted to do it. And Charles, the drummer, is the last member of the band. He's a new person to us, and he's become instant family. And we got such a vibe. We're harnessing such a positive energy in this group right now that it just feels fresh. Feels really new. Everyone's going to see how fresh it is on stage tonight. But the whole vibe, we've just come from a recording studio with Jim Pinder, who just did the Sleep Token album. And we recorded our next album, which is going to be called Northern Spirit. And we've harnessed that energy, that positive energy, and it's rife throughout every song on the record. It's very, very exciting time.
Another band like the Wild Hearts who came to this year's Steelhouse Festival with a reinvigorated lineup. That was Inglorious, who were, unsurprisingly, fantastic yesterday afternoon. Next up is a gentleman who not only killed it on the main stage, but also did a packed-out acoustic set on the smaller stage, at which an enthusiastic crowd sang along with every lyric. Paul caught up with Kris Barras and asked him about his career trajectory.
Joined now by a guy we've been with from the very, very start. I remember going to a showcase with this guy, pretty much the first gig from Kris Barras' band, and he blew the place apart, and he's still continuing to do so. Kris Barras, good to see you.
Hello, mate.
Now, as I mentioned, that showcase gig, it only seems like yesterday, but so much has happened as far as your career is concerned since that point.
Yeah, I know the gig you're talking about is our very first show in London, a tiny little venue, and it's been great. It's been an absolute dream come true, the whole thing, you know. Yeah, it's been amazing.
You started that whole blues thing, but then obviously as it went on, you kind of got heavier and more involved with stuff. I mean, obviously, you were playing the blues when you go, and I remember you telling me that first time we met, but it's kind of moved to a different area now, hasn't it?
Yeah, the thing is, you know, I started off playing guitar when I was 5 years old. I was influenced by my dad. My dad was a massive Gary Moore fan, and I kind of discovered like blues and blues rock through him. But then once I got into my teens, secondary school, and I started having my own bands and stuff, I was playing like metal stuff. That was kind of my thing, like through my teens. It was like the whole new metal surge and stuff like that. And Josiah was very similar as well. So in my band, we co-write everything together these days. And so yeah, the past couple of albums coming out of COVID, you know, COVID kind of changed, like with a lot of people, you know, it was tough times, changed kind of my view on a few things, and yeah, I started writing heavier stuff, and that part of me needed to come out.
So from that very first gig, the showcase gig, through to support slots to headlining, all happened very quickly really for you, didn't it? I mean, you kind of went up that ladder very, very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I think with a lot of people, I mean, COVID kind of skiboshed a few plans that could have maybe carried on the ascent even further. But yeah, we were very lucky to have, you know, great support from guys like yourself, from Planet Rock, and, you know, festivals like Steelhouse too. This is our third time here now, and we've been coming back. We did 21, 23, and now it's 25. But yeah, you know, we've had a lot of great support, and it is festivals like this and Planet Rockstock and Winter's End and stuff like that that really have given us a platform to thrive and get new fans. And yeah, I mean, I'm just very, very privileged that I get to do this.
Listening to the Steelhouse special, and it doesn't happen often, but it does happen occasionally when one of our own presenters is a performer on the bill, which is exactly the case with Blaze Bayley. Paul sat down with the always energetic and charismatic frontman of Wolfsbane and Friday Night Rock's presenter.
Planet Rock backstage at Steelhouse 25 in the blue sky and sunshine. Who knew? Joined now by a guy who's been there, done it, and got all the t-shirts. Frontman with Wolfsbane, solo artist, former Iron Maiden vocalist, and now my esteemed colleague as a Planet Rock presenter, Mr. Blaze Bayley. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you so much, Paul, for that wonderful, wonderful introduction. It's my first time here on the mountain at Steelhouse. We're so excited about today. We just can't wait to get on stage and rip it up.
When we introduced you as a new Planet Rock presenter all those months ago, you mentioned that particular anniversary, which is coming up later in the year, which you'll talk about soon, but it's all about anniversaries to you. First up, the tour you're doing at the moment with Wolfsbane.
Yeah, it's a big anniversary year. This is the Live Faster album. What we've done is make our Live Fast Die Fast album from 1989. The tapes were lost or destroyed, we don't know, so we thought, you know what, this album isn't around, let's do it again, but with all of the years that we've been playing these songs live. So it's almost like going from a 2D picture to a 3D picture. And Jace Edwards, the guitarist, is an incredible producer, and he's just done a fantastic job on this album. We're so proud of it, and we were very, very nervous that fans who've been listening to it since 1989, how would they get on with it? But so far, the reaction's been absolutely fantastic. I feel so privileged and grateful to still have the support of people from way back then and get some new fans too.
Fantastic. Now, anniversary. Silicon Messiah, another big anniversary in the Blaze camp.
Yeah, it's a big one for me because that was my first solo album, and going back to that and playing those songs is just a wonderful feeling. So in September there are some more UK dates to go with that. We're very excited about. We've done a lot of European dates so far and they've gone absolutely fantastic, just playing all of the songs from the album. And there's something that happens when you have those songs for so long. It's like being with old friends, and there's some snug feeling about it. There's an extra dynamic and energy that you find about it, and it's unbelievable the reaction that I've had at all my Silicon Messiah shows. It's just been wonderful.
Well, it's great to see that you're still as busy as ever doing what you love. Rock and roll live, rock and roll on record. That's what it's all about. Enjoy the show here at Steelhouse today, and we'll catch you back on the wireless Friday night with Friday Night Rocks.
Friday Night Rocks!
Andrew Stockdale and his Wolfmother crew, who took the penultimate set last night at the Steelhouse Festival. They were on just before the highly anticipated headline slot from hometown heroes, Those Damn Crows. I had the chance to wander down memory lane with Shane and Ronnie from the band.
Dude, we are here. We are here. It's so great. This must be... Well, let's see. How many times have you played at Steelhouse? Let's start there.
Oh, well, there's a board over there, so it would have been 2016 was the first time we played here. That was our debut, right down on the bottom porter cabin. And I think we've played here about 4 or 5 times, worked our way up all to the final quarter, the final dressing room, like so.
So, I mean, that must be an amazing feeling to actually work your way up, because this is a hometown gig, of course, as well. So,
yeah.
You know, you could say this about, I suppose, any number of festivals, but this one's got to be a little bit special.
It really is. I mean, like Ron said, we were kids, man. We were young kids.
Really.
It was one of our first festivals as well, being up at Steelhouse, and to play to that many people, which just blew our minds at that time. And now we're playing all around the world, and now we're headlining Steelhouse. It's just unbelievable. We got a sofa in our changing room. Who would have thought?
Had a reclining chair.
Unbelievable.
We've come up in the world.
And running
Like
running water as well. It's incredible.
So who in past that you've played with here have you enjoyed or looked up to or sort of stolen ideas from?
The Darkness. I love The Darkness, and I watched them at Download this year, and I just love their whole vibe, how the crowd participation, incredible front man, amazing band. So yeah, The Darkness for me, I think it's amazing.
the Wild Arts, the Mighty Saxon, just because of the show that they bring. So, you know, you go big or go home, like, basically, especially being a headliner, you've really got to put your stamp on the weekend.
When you get to this stage, to this level, obviously as a headliner, you have to kind of think beyond being, you know, an opening act, and you got to bring a big show.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't want you to give away more than you're prepared to give away, but what have you added to the show as a headliner?
Production, for sure. We spend quite a bit of money on fire, smoke, and every time one of those goes off, I'm just like £300, £300. So it's like, it's all about the fans, and, you know, it's the same Crow show, so to speak, but production's definitely gone up a level.
Ronnie, I've noticed, you know, before they put all the canvases over the drums and the stage and everything, I happen to notice that your drum set has gotten bigger, and it's also gotten higher. But I'm wondering if maybe, you know, as your career continues to develop, you know, Kiss Alive 2,
Yes.
with the riser and Peter Criss coming down,
Scissor
all
lift.
the flames, everything. Please tell me you're aiming in that direction. Please tell me you are.
Always open to offers. It's great.
To be honest, £300. I'm hoping for Tommy Lee, to be honest. Put him in a cage and turn him upside down.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, well, we started off on the floor, and then obviously the boys have put me up bit by bit.
Ronnie and a hamster, as a hamster in the wheel, that'd be amazing. That'd be incredible.